Tunisia celebrated the 11th anniversary of the Arab Spring Revolution on December 17, the now official date for this commemoration, linked to the outbreak of the uprising in 2010, rather than January 14, 2011, the date on which former President Zine El Abidine Ben Ali left power. This year's event was marked by the intense emotions that emerged in the streets of Tunisia in favor of and against the government of current President Kais Saied. Tunisian politics since the revolution has gone through several phases, with prime ministers shifting and alliances, but the problems the state was asked to contend with, corruption, insecurity, unemployment, remained intractable, and in many cases exacerbated under the Islamist leadership of Ennahda, the local version of the Muslim Brotherhood. In July 2021, President Saied got his country out of this impasse by dismissing the government and replacing the prime minister with a technocratic transitional figure, Najla Boden, the first woman to lead the government in the country. The Brotherhood responded with a massive campaign, both locally and internationally, describing Said's decisions as a coup, and it was this controversy that sparked protests and counter-protests this month. While crowds loyal to Said gathered to support the president's reform program, which enjoyed consistent strong support among the population at large, a group of Islamist protesters were shouting, "The people want to bring down the coup." It is worth noting that the police peacefully observed these events. Tunisia has made some steady progress. Ennahda abandoned its efforts to regain power by repealing Said's decree a few months ago, for example, which removed the specter of civil war. But persistent problems remain, and even more trivial matters, such as football, seem to have not been in Tunisia's favor lately. In addition, everything, especially efforts to revive the economy, has been hampered by the coronavirus pandemic. A notable example of this is the tourism sector in Tunisia, which is considered one of its most reliable sources of income in the Ben Ali years, which was devastated in the revolutionary era. First it was shaken by a series of terrorist attacks from ISIS, then the corona pandemic came to it, which led to a drought, inject hard currency, and lay off tens of thousands of people who work in this sector, directly or indirectly. The unemployment rate in Tunisia has remained high, around 18%, and on top of all the general misery that such poverty brings, there is the huge problem of garbage piling up in the streets. Although it is not a complete solution to the problem, the introduction of the recycling sector in Tunisia has begun to positively affect the problems of unemployment and garbage alike. In difficult times, these innovative energies may be used more widely in solving other issues in Tunisia. On the other hand, Tunisia has now begun to deal successfully with the coronavirus. 5 months ago, Tunisia had one of the worst death rates from this pandemic in the world. Now, Nearly half of the population has received the vaccine, and other restrictive measures appear to have stabilized the situation. There have been complaints from international NGOs about the implementation of this program, although it is difficult to see what is required of Tunisia other than that it is exercising capabilities it simply does not have. Security has always been an ongoing problem for Tunisia even after ISIS attacks have receded. Tunisia is a major route for migrants and terrorists trying to reach Europe, and with a new crisis brewing in neighboring Libya, Tunisia may suffer from the repercussions. Therefore, it needs the necessary assistance from the European Union on this front, and others. The EU welcomed Said's comments about the political timetable for holding new elections in Tunisia, but it needs to do more to support Tunisia's economy and security situation. As Libya has shown in the past few days, without stability there can be no democracy, nor can there even be elections. Tunisia celebrated the 11th anniversary